Hello and greetings, my fellow Lone Darkians, and welcome to a beginner's tutorial in 2025 for the Long Dark survival mode. Recently, Hinterland had a big, 90% off sale on Steam, and I did see in Reddit, Steam discussions, etc., a lot of people excited to get into the game, but kind of a little dissuaded because there's really not a great tutorial in the game. It's kind of just a game that throws you into it. You gotta figure it out. And a lot of people do make it, but some just don't. Maybe it's their first game, maybe it's their first survival game. Maybe a little bit more direction. So in this video, I kind of want to break down even more basic than I've done before. Because, maybe you haven't played a lot of video games before. Maybe this is your first time. We want to make it easy to onboard you, and the further you get, the better you do. Keep you more invested in that. So, alright, we're going to go to survival mode. Yeah, I think the sale 90% off because you can pick up Wintermute and Long Dark Survival Mode as well. I do recommend the DLC, but if you're just getting it right now for that 90% off, wait a bit, see if you like it. You don't want to get a DLC if you're not going to play all the way through it, of course. But this is actually, the survival mode is open-ended. It's permadeath, but not quite as much anymore because there's actually cheating death. You can cheat death 3 times, and it's got appropriate penalties too as well, and we'll talk about that. But generally, once you get good enough, yeah, you're not gonna die. You're gonna be okay. All right, let's pop into a new mode. There's challenges as well. I'm gonna just look at a gloss of the challenges because some of these can be very good starting out, just to get a good feel of the game. And the hatches over here are the difficulties. Hopeless rescue. It's a little bit of a time thing. It's not that difficult. I feel though. 101, kind of difficult. I wouldn't avoid that like you just picked up the game because you got a bear chasing you. You probably want to wait a little bit. And in part 2, you're kind of chasing the bear. So it says it's not that difficult. Whiteout. I don't think it's that bad though. You just have to get a certain amount of supplies and everything. I think that could be good for you. I mean, not too bad. Nomad, I think that's pretty nice because you got to go 15 Pacific regions. You kind of learn about the world. I think it's kind of boring to me personally, but I have done that like 4 or 5 times. So, Archivist as well, just kind of running around collecting the buffer memories from the Aurora. We'll talk about Aurora as well. As Dead Sleep is you got to play this one very specifically. I would not recommend it to beginners because you need to know the maps, you need to know the mechanics. To get it all done if you want to get to the end there. And of course, Skip the Darkwalker. Wouldn't recommend that because it's a little tense. If you want a game that's more chilled out, you can always go to Pilgrim mode. You're still going to have a great time. You're going to enjoy it as a survival game. This one, it's fun, but it's a bit of tension. So this is just kind of the challenges to lay that out for you. Alright, so what we're going to do, and also we'll talk about badges, but you won't be getting these yet as well. Because you do certain things in the game. That's the challenge. That's for just challenges. We have all these. Except for there was a bug during the Halloween event one year. And I didn't get credit for it. And it made me sad. Because I'll never get that. But anyway. And these perks you get, yeah, if you do a couple certain things. This one is no longer in the game. It's a legacy perk. But yeah, you'll get these as you go on and play. And you don't have to do it in a single run, I believe, on any of these. Other than these are the DLC perks you get for doing the tails. Otherwise, yeah, it's just certain things you do, etc. But we're going to be going into a fresh run without that, just to show you how it is. Okay, so we're going to go new game. And now we'll break down the difficulties. Pilgrim. I think you're probably going to be... Yeah, I don't think you have to do Pilgrim. Pilgrim is good if you want to learn a map, though. Because you won't be attacked by wildlife. And you carry up 5 feats. You're not going to start with any feats, though. And remember, this guide will apply to Switch, consoles, as well as PC. All the same game. So Pilgrim, yeah, pretty easy. You're not going to... You can get killed in Pilgrim, but you kind of go out of your way to do it. Voyager is where we're going to be starting this video, just to show you some basics and stuff. So this is new and experience. It's bland. It's pretty easy. It's nothing too difficult. I wouldn't recommend some people like, oh man, I gotta go straight out on an interloper misery my first time because I gotta, be alpha male and do that. Like you're probably gonna have a bad time, honestly. So I would recommend at the very least do Stalker until you get the feel of it, then push yourself more. I think Voyager, it's okay. You'll get all the basics, and then if you feel it's too easy, yeah, you can step up, get into a more difficult run. Just go slow, progress, learn it, figure out the maps. You'll be fine. There are a bunch of maps on Steam. Just kind of thing. I think just for the most fun, I think the most enjoyment you would get out of it. Just go discover it for yourself. I think that's a really great way to do it. But yeah, wildlife is sparse, but you can seek it out. It's not too difficult, really. There will be hostile animals, but we can get to that. Deal with it. It's not a problem. We'll take 4 Furk. Now, Stalker, not too bad. We're actually doing Broken Sounds Run if you want to follow that one. I just want to change the pace. I do a lot of Interloper. I give a little history about myself. I've covered this game for 11 years. I've done marathons where I played for 40 hours straight without dying. Put 11 years in. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours in. Was the pre-alpha leaderboard leader amongst all the YouTubers, etc. So I do know the game quite a bit. Yeah, Interloper, that's the most fun for me too. I do enjoy it this way. Get it minimal. You have to know the maps and the mechanics to really thrive out there. So I don't recommend that right away. And Misery, you have to play it a certain way. Yeah, you want to be an expert to do it. Personally, I don't find it that interesting. I've done it. It's kind of like As the Dead Sleep almost. It's and also custom. We'll go look at custom real quick here because you can really just tweak everything the way you want it. Now, I do remember all the achievements and stuff, and I think your badges, you won't accumulate anything while this is going. So just one thing to note, you probably don't want to do this one right away either until you've really gotten everything you wanted to get. So we're going to pop into Voyager, we had confirmed. And for the sake of this video as well, because you may not have the DLC, we're not going to go into far territory. We're going to go to Lower Great Bear. I'm just going to pop up and like a little bit overwhelming at first, right? There's a lot of maps, there's choices. You can also randomize it as well if you want to be surprised. But for the course of this video, I'm going to pick a very easy region to do. Now, granted, I would think I would either go myself personally Mystery Lake or Coastal Highway. A lot of man-made locations. More so Coastal Highway. Pretty safe bet. Like Hush River Valley, you probably don't want to do first. Or, I'm going to say Ash Canyon. Ash Canyon's not too bad, but for Black Rock, yeah. And I also want to say, if you had the DLC, don't start off in the DLC regions. They're just a little bit tougher, a little bit bigger than I think you're probably ready for. But we're going to go Mystery Lake because this map was the OG map, the first map. Yeah, it's ideal for new players as well. It's got shelter, it's got wilderness, it's kind of a balance in between. It's very well balanced out. Let's confirm. And we'll go with Will Astrid. They're just a voice actor, Mark Meer or Jennifer Hale. It bears no influence on mechanics or anything else. We'll go good old Will. And I'm not going to pick any perks, but you can just, activate them. You can carry up to, was it 4 in Voyager? Yeah, Interloper, you get 2. You don't need those in Interloper, though. I've done it plenty of times without it. It's just kind of nice to have. So we're not going to pick any. And this is also things you might see if you have the DLC. Cougar on and off. Cougar can very easily be dealt with if you're prepared and you know the mechanics. I wouldn't go out there right now and just go try to shoot at the Cougar. You're going to have a bad time. You can get lacerations. That's 72 hours. You got to constantly watch your health and everything. Not going to be a good time. All right, and also scurvy. I think that is right away. Scurvy, really, you don't have to worry about. Just barely have about vitamin C, which you get from a lot of foods. And also fish is a really easy way to do it. If I do a lot of fishing, yeah, easy peasy. So definitely don't worry about having that on. No big deal. And also, this is specifically the DLC. It's the trader if you get far territories. Like with the Cougar, it doesn't really apply. Unless I think they maybe made Cougar for the main game as well. I can't remember if that's DLC. I think they brought it to the base game. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Okay, everything's enabled. Let's go. Well, let's just go beginners. God, there we go. And you're going to be spawning this. There's only a certain number of spawns as well. If you're on Pilgrim, you can actually spawn inside. Get a little quote. Oh, yeah, and Voyager. I forgot you can too. Okay. So we're in Trapper's Cave and we're in Mystery Lake. As we said before when we were in the video, in the map before, a Trapper's Homestead. Pretty iconic. A good base to stay, really, but we want to go out in the map as well. I also want to bring up, let's go up and bring up the guide here. A lot of people didn't know a lot of the things. You can't tell the time. I don't have it always on, but you can actually have your stuff always on. I'll just kind of hold it down for the moment. Let's go top right. That's your time of day. So right now, because I used to actually have a clock. They used to have a clock in this game, so I remember the old school ways. So this is probably getting about 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Getting a little bit more later in the day. Doesn't tell you the weather outside, but actually you can hear it a little bit. Sounds windy. When you also get an interloper, you'll actually be spawning near night. So knowing the map also really does come important because, yeah, this is during the day. We'll probably be able to see weather, probably not horrible. We'll have to see. But also, then we go to the bottom left. We have that temperature thing. That is your how cold are you. The eye is your stamina, your fatigue, if you will. The water icon, of course, it's your thirst meter. And then your stomach, of course, that's how many stomachs, how full you need to be. And just a little pro tip, you don't actually need to keep feeding that meter constantly. You actually can just eat once a day. Eat at the end of the day, heal up, etc. I always do advise it if you're wanting to really make your runs last stockpile, but the game has gotten kind of bloated with how much map and supplies, even an interloper you get. Along with the addition of the trader, you really don't need to do that as much. But early game, I would starve up a little bit until you can get the means in interloper, because you have to craft your own tools to take care of yourself. That is something we would do. Also, I'm bringing when you get into a interior location, for most interior locations, Y is a new thing they've added, and it's a free on the base game update, where you can do some crafting. You can get a furniture crafting table, then you can make a crafting bench in your own location. Do a lot of furniture, meat curing as well. A really great time, so do kind of fiddle around with it. We can just kind of, move various things, etc. Okay. And we'll cinder plug in just a second there. But that is a cool little thing they've added, so you can really kind of customize your home, as it were. And I'll kind of describe some of the items as we're picking these up as well. I think that'll be pretty good. Now, this is just firewood. Pretty simplistic, basic, right? Also, one thing before we do, we're going to go over some of the other stuff. Just carry weight. Because carry weight, baseline, you're going to have 30 kilograms. And that does affect the clothes you wear as well, but the clothes you're wearing weigh slightly less. Let's say if you're carrying shoes, or you're not wearing them, they're going to be a little bit more. And you do any of a Voyager, you don't start with a lot of anything in like Interloper. You get basic clothes. That's about it. You don't get matches, etc. But yeah, we are kitted out here. I would say semi-decent. Yeah, not too bad. We have one bandage as well. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. Go down here. You can also filter it out for fire, medical, clothing, your food. Go back to food in a second. Tools, a bedroll, flare, a can for making water. It's just raw materials you have. And that's if anything you pick up decorations, because you can pick up a lot of stuff in the game. For the safe house customization. That's just where this would go. But now I think about it, you see this food here? Now, probably okay. Generally, if it's yellow, though, let it mellow. Because there is a chance of food poisoning. And right now, we're okay. We'd have to take some antibiotics if that happened. But then you're also going to have to rest 10 hours, and that can really kind of just mess up your whole day. So 32% if you need to. Otherwise, you can let this, one thing, when you get cooking level 5, we'll talk to skills in just a second, because I'm mentioning that now. Yeah, you might want to leave it. Don't put it in a container, because there's global decay. What I mean is, this goes down, you put it in a container, it'll be a little slower decay, but it's still going to decay. And when stuff like this gets into a container, not clothes or some other items, but food, when it hits 0, it's gone. It'll disappear out of the container totally. So you maybe want to have that for later, but you're not going to eat it now. Just save it till ruined. You get cooking level 5. Yeah, you can eat ruined food. It's perfecto. And we'll deal with some cooking as well. Let's go into our skills though. And here's our skills. Carcass harvesting for just doing carcasses, you know. Cooking. We'll do a little bit of cooking too. We can. Fire starting. Yeah, these are just all level 1. So we're starting from the beginning. Rifle, if you're in anything less than Interloper, there are no guns in Interloper. You're going to have to craft your own tools and your own bow and all that. Very, very fulfilling, I feel. Revolver, firearm, gunsmithing. Quite a bit of skills. All right, let's actually go to our clothes too. Because right now, warmth bonus 3 degrees, windproof about 1. We'll pick up some clothes. Burning pretty fast because we're not carrying a lot. We don't have a lot on us. Okay. Yeah, but firewood just for making fire. We're gonna need a tinder plug though. This is just a Kickstarter note. You don't really need to read that if you don't want to. Now that would be an okay. If we had a book, it would be better. And we burn bricks in this game. I just want to show you how fires work. Pretty easy to figure out. Now we're starting. We don't really have. Let's go into the fire making again. We've got some matches. I don't have a torch as of yet. So we're just gonna have to. I think we'll be okay. It's 80% chance. We do have to start off with an accelerant as well. I normally would recommend saving these for an emergency. But yeah, if you're feeling pretty confident already, you can do that as well. And charcoaling, take a little bit of the charcoal. That's for cartography. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's start a fire. And I do have map tour videos on the channel. Check out my playlist of about every map in the game if you want a kind of more visual detail. But like I said, they also have really spoilery stuff on Steam if you want to check it out. Or on other various websites. So 100% chance. Yeah, we're not very good at starting fires right now, so we do want to grab a torch later on. That will take some of the fire time out. Right now I'm going to get that. That's 2 hours and 46 minutes. And as your fire starting gets better and better, you actually can. Let's take 1 torch though. And we're going to save that for lighting fires later because we can fail multiple times. One thing you will just notice though, I had this, there are 2 slots. Let's actually, because this is pulling up the radio, spacebar on your PC. Camping craft, could pass some time, a bedroll, ice fishing, snow shelter, fire. But I got a recycled can, so let's drop that down 1 of the 2 cooking slots here. And we're going to make some water. You know, I might have that. It's going to be nice and warm. That's going to give us a little bit of a bonus for warming up and also fatigue reduce. So we can sprint a little bit more. You're not going to get tired as fast. It only lasts about an hour though. So try to make it count. Like if you're going up a rope, etc. Okay, so that's going. We're going to loot some other stuff. I'm just going to kind of end this video. I'm going to take you through a day. We're going to go a little exploring. Give you some survival tips. Just have your day starting a little bit better. Hunting knife.
Just what I need.
And you will notice if you go up to degrees in difficulty, yeah, there's a lot more loot here than normally. So on Interloper, we'd probably have like 2 things. Here we've got quite a bit. And I'm not going to open the safe because I don't want to. Just because you can figure out the safe. I hate safes. Alright, we got soda, that's fine. I've done it for so long, it's just kind of And this is for if you have the DLC, there's a camera you can get in underpass. I mean, screenshots work just fine, but kind of an immersive thing, I guess. Alright, we got revolver ammunition, rifle cartridge, a sewing kit for fixing up our clothes. And we'll just show that off real quick. Like, if I say I want to fix this up, yeah, 30 minutes. Our mending's pretty bad, so there's a good chance we might fail. Like, generally, until you get to mending level 3, you're going to be failing, like, all the time. Yeah, it's really safe. Just go right, get the first number, go left, get the second number, go right, get the third number. Anybody who watches the channel tells you how much I say it saves. Okay.
I could use this.
And we got a lantern. Now, condition doesn't really matter on the lantern too much. Still going to be efficient. Broth. Good that goes into various other recipes. Kitty bar peaches. There's those canned stuff you want to cook if you can. Dog food you can't cook because you can't have nice things. And this is an active time cooking system, so you can actually do other stuff while this is cooking. You don't have to pass time anymore. You can do whatever, as long as you come back for it. Because water can evaporate and food can get burned. Alright, some more matches. Firearm cleaning kit for cleaning your firearms, of course.
What I need.
Ooh, because really that is not in great condition. Like I said, in yellow, there's a chance this is going to break. And if you only have one weapon, pretty bad, right? So we can go to actions and we can clean. There's a cleaning skill. It actually takes less time and you get more condition out of it. Something to be aware. We'll pull that on number 2. I'll load that. Just in case we need that in an emergency. Out of there. A flare on the ground. It always helps also to go, like, you know, so if you have a lantern, just kind of just look around the bottom too, because sometimes items are squirreled away. Antiseptic. That's if we get a bite or something gets infected. The key is, we're not going to get bit. That's the easiest way. Candy bar almost kind of hidden there. You're almost boiled dry, but I'm almost done through the basics here. Some salt, and that will go into cooking. Kind of the more advanced cooking. Probably not good. That's also with the DLC, I believe. Or maybe, I'm trying to remember, because they decided a lot of stuff from the DLC would also just be good in the base game, so it's kind of tough to keep up with that. And generally, I will use a fire throughout the entirety because I don't want to waste. But for the sake of this video, let's just leave it. We've got stuff to do. Okay. Now that we're pretty sure we thoroughly looted, let's step out into the world of the Long Dark. And it's actually a pretty windy day, but the sun is out, so we could get a magnifying lens fire going. If we had a magnifying lens, free fire, but we'd have to make sure it's out of the wind. And there are places that wind cover that you can light a fire without getting into too much trouble. Alright, this is Trapper's Homestead. I do have a bit of charcoal as well. Because we can pull up the map, and what do you see? You don't see anything. You don't know where you are. What are we going to do? First off, again, one thing that helps out, I'm going to do a big charcoaling real quick. Okay, so we see that barn just across the way there. This is Trapper's Homestead. So a little bit more about our surroundings. And some of the stuff I'm trying to not know for this video, but it's kind of tough, you know. One thing to bring up real quick, though. Let's look at temperature. Because we've got our clothes. Warmth bonus of 3. Windproof of 1. A little bit of protection in case we get attacked, etc. But right now, and this is with our cloth bonus and everything else. The air temperature is still -7. And the wind chill is -3. So overall, yeah, we still have, it feels like 7 degrees. It could be more or less. Will's not a phone. He doesn't know. So, we are getting colder, as you can see. It's only 1 arrow down. That's not terrible. As well. We actually do have a cave over to our right. I won't go in that. Light spoilers, but that does lead to another map. But thinking here, where do we want to go? You could go that way. You could go back that way as well, or anything else. The sun's going down, though. I would advise you try to not go out at night. It's not something I generally do. It's also for the sake of YouTube videos. But generally not a great idea. Bad things can happen. Maps are a lot different in the dark. I only advise going out at night if it's an emergency. If there's something you need to get done, like let's say you don't have anything for food poisoning, etc. You need some reishi mushrooms for tea, something like that. Get some Old Man Beard's wound dressing. Yeah. For left, we had some bunnies. If we had a stone, I could shoot them, but that's a little too dark for getting into. If you're just getting into Long Dark. Over the hill. And I also want to be careful because sometimes you can't see over that hill or another location. So sometimes just stop. And also it's a great game. Also, don't watch YouTube videos while you're playing this because you'll lose the audio distraction. Not gonna have a good time because you're gonna get ambushed by something. Now, I don't hear anything but the crows over by Max's Last Stand. One thing you do want to look for is, signs of civilization. Power lines, railroad, etc. Just kind of also think in this game like, hey, what would I do in real life situation? I think, yeah, you'll figure it out pretty easy. So do let me know any questions you have or comments. We can follow up with another tutorial in case I missed anything. I can gloss over and up. There's a lot to take in. It can get a little bit overwhelming. And this is Max, everybody. Did not turn out so well for him. Also, one thing, don't travel with the revolver around it because it actually gets that kind of hairy trigger. You can just accidentally shoot off all the time. I don't pull that one out unless I need to. Usually travel with a bow and arrow or a rifle. Either one's good. But that one can just go off. So you don't want that. As we see here, we can't really see too much because of the tree cover. But just take it nice and slow. Get your orientation. Focus on landmarks. Like that tree right there. Rocks over there. Might not have the eye for it, but we can actually see power lines straight up. And there's actually some railroad stuff over there. So no, hey! That's a sign of civilization, right? Not too bad. You can also sprint. I think stalker or less is fine with it. Interloper, probably not as much. You want to try to keep as much energy in the tank and interloper as you can. Plus, sprinting does affect your fatigue more, and you burn more calories. So, only do it when you have to. But there is also a feat for sprinting 50 kilometers, so you're gonna get it in though. I wouldn't worry too much. And now that we've found civilization, just kind of following the course. If we actually go to the right, that's another map as well. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna focus on Mystery Lake. Kind of on your first day of the Long Dark, as it were. So we found a railroad. It's getting a little bit later in the day. So what do? We want to get inside for the night, of course. As it is, believe it or not, it's going to get colder as the night goes on. Could get blizzards. Have an aurora too, which is so necessary for some stuff when you get into the DLC of the Tales and stuff. Or the trader. And the cougar won't show up, or it depends on the difficulty. But it's probably show up, like this is say the first 20 days that are a month. Likewise with the trader is about that same amount of time. Enough time to get your bearings and get settled in the world. And you might have just heard that Will's getting cold. He has a lot of audio cues. Like if he's at half cold, he'll kind of make some shivering noises, etc. Or his stomach will grumble at half food. Or start commenting about being thirsty. Or tired. You know, so there's a lot of audio cues as well. Not just you don't have any flashing things on your screen. Then eventually you will want to get in that well-fed bonus. Because you get extra 5 kilograms in carry weight and a little bit extra health. And personally, you don't really need it. But it's always nice to have if you can afford it. You can actually see more locations up there. That's the derailment. Get another bunny. Okay, no bunny murder. That's if we're hungry. Well, we're actually okay, I think. But also by exploring a lot, because there's a lot of locations. There's actually a few locations here. There's one of them up this way that you can't even see. There's a lot to discover out there. I would definitely recommend going checking it out.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
I know it's a little daunting to some people though, because, hey, where do I go? How am I going to find that? I like, it's just go explore. Just be cautious. Got a deer. Buck. Probably gonna do 8 kilograms of meat on that one. Good. I hunt this one for the sake of the video. Okay, so we have bullets. Be aware, we're gonna be a little bit cautious on this one, because we're gonna let them come to us. Crouching, we have a little bit more stealth. The deer is very jumpy, though. I would let him come to us a little bit. Now, we don't have any tools, but we can still harvest them if we got a fire next to them. We don't have them. Gotta not be frozen at the time. Now, they are getting cold. We're right next to shelter anyway, so. Wait for him to stop. Not bad, especially for the revolver, it's less damage, so. Alright. I'm gonna go inside here real quick, because we do need to warm up. I mean, I have a little bit of firewood, actually. No, we don't actually have any. We can get some in here. Also, rose hips. Good for, like, there's also a lot of good cooking recipes that use rose hips. But rosehip tea, not really needed, but it will help you warm up. Alright, so hypothermia risk. Yeah, if we do get that, you have to stay inside for 24 hours. Your stamina is greatly affected. 2 degrees in here, so we're actually not warm in here. We're actually going to have to warm up or find some granola bar. Not great condition, so I'm going to see if I can get some firewood real quick. Whetstone for sharpening your tools. Federal. You see, there's still a lot of supplies in here. And also, most importantly, my buddy Carl. How you doing, Carl? Carl's holding out on me. Another book to learn. Fire Mastery. Broth. I do want to try to hurry up on that deer, though. Okay. Probably should. Real quick. This is gonna... When you pass time, you actually pass more calories. But right now... Yeah, so we're gonna actually pass a little bit more time. I don't want to sleep, though, because we don't want to be up the entire night. Because it feels like -2 in here, but we got a +6 on the bed. That's +4. So we see we're warming up a bit there. And now it's dark. But yeah, on the radio, bring up your light source. You got it. Also, another cool tip. If you don't, you can actually just hit Y you're in the interior. And it kind of gives you, like, the night vision. Actually, there's a coat right there.
I think I can use this.
So some people I saw the comments on the Steam discussion, Reddit, etc. How do I put on clothes? What are the layers? Let's actually take this jacket off. There's actually sports vests you can only wear on the inside. Yeah, so this is pretty simplistic. But this will go on first. And then this simple parka second. So we get a plus 1.1 to that, 1.1 to wind chill. A little bit of waterproofness, 30%, a little bit of protection. And it does, our sprint goes down 4% there. So yeah, it's going to weigh a little bit. Okay. Very nice. Don't actually think we're going to be able to get this. Yeah, because unfortunately also the weather in Long Dark is about every 5 seconds. And in a blizzard situation like this, you want to get indoors or in a cave or fire, somewhere with wind protection. There is a feat you can get for spending,
this cold.
I think it's like 20 days outside in a blizzard. I wouldn't try that right away, but it's something you'll get along the way. And getting a blizzard like that will help a lot. You just have to... Next day, we'd have to go out and get that deer. There's nothing to be done with it now. We might as well stock the whole place. Also for some cooking. Painkillers. Now, Willow really doesn't need those, but... Okay. One kit for fixing up her clothes. And we have some water purification tablets. I don't use them myself, but if you have some water where you've melted, but not boiled, and let's say your fire goes out, you can use one of these pellets, and it'll fix it right up. Also, while we're here, let's talk about crafting as well, because there's a lot of stuff to craft once you kind of get your feet in the water there. So always remember, if you're on Voyager, Stalker, Interloper, cabin fever is a thing. So you're going to want to try to balance your outside time versus inside time the best you can. We make a lot of clothes. Bearskin bedroll, really nice. Survival bow, fishing stuff, extra satchel for extra carrying weights. There are a lot of options. You can also get snares for doing rabbits. No bear trap or anything. Stuff for fishing. And a travois. To actually carry a lot of the loot around. It works. It's not the best thing in the world. Like if you have to go like up or any like an up or a slope or anything, or a little bit rougher terrain. But it's really good for like just flat going down the road, etc. But it's something you don't need right at the moment, though. I always like to carry around 2 cans as well. Double check real quick. Get some cooking oil. Not too bad. That's just kind of the breaks. Potato, 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 potato. Very nice.
I better take this food.
Maple syrup goes in a couple crafting recipes as well. And right now, I would say that's a really nice bonus because you need this one will last you. Even after the matches go out, this will still be 95%. And it will get you there. You just need a sunny day, but yeah. Definitely a good time for more photo stuff.
I think I can use this.
That's for cooking as well. Got a little soda to get some more calories, get that hydration up. That's the radio for the trader, which will become available. But slight spoiler though, like yeah, the trader, you're gonna be doing a lot of the coastal highway. So really kind of base yourself out there once you do get the trader. Since we're spending a lot of the time. So generally in this one I would, yeah, just kind of work on some side stuff. Get the rest of it looted. Just generally do a little bit of busy work in the beginning. Get all the stuff sorted. Get a good feel for that. And then we'll go out and explore the Long Dark again. But do let me know if you're a new player. Do you have any questions in the Long Dark? Anything I could do to help you? Anything I didn't cover in this video? But basically this is just running you through your first day. Explaining some of the easy base basic mechanics of it all. We can also touch upon like hunting moves, etc. I've done that in other videos. So, but generally, just kind of basic common sense in Long Dark will take you quite a good way. If you do it in real life, you can kind of do it in the game. But I will leave a link down in the video description below for Long Dark as well if you're new to the game or want to try it out. I don't know if the sale's still ongoing, but it does go on sale quite frequently. Alright, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video.